Hello, I'm Tallie Craigo, and today I'm going to be making some jewelry from this silver clay. I got this off Amazon, and there's several brands. I believe it's made in Japan. It's got a lot of Japanese writing on it. So some of the things I've made from this clay are these little silver flowers, and I know they don't look silver now, but they are. And these rings are the finished product of these. And these I've already fired. I've also, I have not set this stone, but this is a silver, can be a pendant with a citrine stone. And these are a couple of the items I have started that I'm going to make a few more so I can finish the sets. And this is one gonna fit an amethyst. And the way I do this is I use this mold, and it's got different size flowers. So I'm gonna set this stuff aside. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this clay. It comes in, this is a 50-gram pack, and they actually give you an extra, it's a 10%, so an extra 5 grams in this one. And I will put a link to this one down in the description. Like I said, but if you can't find it, just search silver clay. And there's several different brands. That does come with directions. The way it's made is it's these silver. It's actually fine silver particles that's mixed with a clay binder and water. The directions are for kiln firing this clay, but you can do it with a hand torch or a silver torch. I'm going to be doing it with a hand torch. There are no directions to do that, but I've watched other videos, and basically once you form your design, you let it dry, and then you fire it. First thing that happens is the binder is going to burn off, and then you have to then keep it, basically get it to a glowing kind of orangey red color, and hold it there for 3 minutes. And you don't want to get it too hot because it will melt. But anyway, that's the process that I'll be doing. So first, I'll go ahead and get these opened and get them in the molds. So I'll go over some of the tools that I use. I have this non-stick mat. It's actually for a food dehydrator, but it works well for the clay as well. It doesn't stick to it. And one thing is this cornstarch. I'm going to put that in the mold, and it helps the clay be released when it's ready. And I just have this little, it's a wooden, it's a clay tool that helps just scrape the clay off. So that, and a water bottle. You want to keep the clay kind of moist. You don't want it to dry out, so this water bottle helps with that. And it also, you can spray it on there and smooth the back as well. Okay. So I'm going to pour a little bit of the cornstarch out. You don't need very much. And I'm going to be using these 2 molds today. So I'm going to just add some of the cornstarch. Tap it out the extra. All right. I'm going to open the 5-gram pack. Should be enough for these 2. Maybe. Okay. And like I said, what you don't use, you can wrap back up and put in these little bags. You just want to keep it from drying out. Just get it in a little ball. First, so one of these I'm going to put, I wanted to make a matching set of earrings. So I'm going to put the stone in it, and it's not going to be perfect. You'll still have to You'll still have to remove the excess clay to get that the right size. So then we just squish the clay in the mold. I'll have to open the other pack and do this one as well. These are a little bit bigger molds, that's why it's taken a little more of the silver clay. Just push that down in there. Just a little bit more. It will shrink a little bit when it dries and is fired. So I think it shrinks 9%. That's what the directions say. I want to get these backs as smooth as possible. I still sand them. Scrape around the edges. Get it in there as clean as possible. Try to save all your clay. That wrapped back up. Do not want it to dry out. Put it in the bag. Ziploc. So I like to take the water and just smooth the backs out. Well, get them as smooth as possible. And one thing you can do if the clay, if you do have a mistake or the clay, you find little particles dried out, you can spray, you can rehydrate it as long as it's not fired. And then reform it once it gets soft again. So as long as it's not fired, you can, if you mess up, you can just spray water on it and redo it. Okay, now that the clay is in the molds, I'm gonna let it dry. I'm actually gonna put it on a heating pad. Basically it's like a little coffee mug warmer, but you can buy these little heat pads, or they're called heating plates, that you can set this and set your silver molds on and it dries it out so it's ready to be fired. Or you can just let them sit out for 24 hours. That's what the directions say. But I'm gonna put mine on a heating plate so it dries out a little quicker. So this is the hot plate I have. And it came with this metal mug. I think it was a white elephant gift one year for Christmas. But it gets up to 250 or 230 degrees, something like that. And so what I'm gonna do is, actually I'll turn this over. This is my mold that has my silver clay in it. I'm gonna flip it upside down, and that will speed the drying process along. And once those start drying, they'll just pop right out of the mold. But anyway, I'm gonna leave those there. I'll let the mold, or let the hot plate get heated up, and once and I'll leave them there for maybe half an hour, and then they'll be ready to remove. So I'm going to go ahead, lift this up. I'm gonna pop them out because they may not quite be dry on the top, and they look a little brown. I think it's, oops, they look a little brown because I think it's that cornstarch in there. So we'll let those sit a little bit longer. They're probably about dry. And then we'll go ahead and clean them up. All right, I've got the metal clay pieces lined up. To do this, I like to put it on a charcoal block You can get these charcoal blocks at Amazon.com. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my phone and set a 3-minute timer, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start firing them. What's gonna happen is the binder's gonna burn off, and then once that burns off, I'm gonna set my 3-minute timer. All right, so this is the torch I'm using, the hand torch. I like the Big Shot because it's got a little bit of a bigger gas. It can hold a little more gas. It doesn't run out as fast, but you can use a regular torch as well. Okay, and another thing, I'm going to turn the lights off because I want to get it a nice orange-red glow, and I want to be able to see it glowing so I don't accidentally melt them. All right. Burning now. A lot of binder to burn. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and set that timer. You see them get red hot. I'm burning still. I might go a little longer than 3 minutes. This one's a big one. The timer. Alright, that's probably good. There. So now I want to wait for them to stop glowing, and then we can quench them.